Good afternoon and welcome to today's session on Bhuvan Geo Web Services and its applications. So I'll be taking two sessions on this particular topic, and the theory of this particular program is almost complete. So now we'll be focusing on the demonstration of different geoportal and their applications. So we are starting from ISRO Bhuvan geoportal. So as you may be knowing that the Bhuvan geoportal is a gateway of Earth observation system of Indian Space Research Organization. It is hosted at National Remote Sensing Center, Hyderabad, and this is one of the important geoportal of ISRO through which we are publishing the satellite data basically on Earth observation system, and also the byproduct of the satellite data that are maps and other applications or successful case studies are all available here in the operational mode. We'll have a very detailed demonstration on this ISRO Bhuvan portal and its component. So today I'll be showing you the important features, and tomorrow I'll be showing you how you can access the Bhuvan data in your own project, either through data download or as a web service. So both the things will be demonstrated to you. So to access the Bhuvan, you have to either use bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in or you can use www.bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in. For any technical queries or any issues with the portal, or if you have doubts on the data or information services, you can email to bhuvan@nrsc.gov.in. As its name, Bhuvan, it is taken from the Sanskrit, which meaning is earth. So we are talking about the earth and related data information here. When you are typing this URL, you will be getting the home page similar to this what you are seeing here in your screen. Here the major component of Bhuvan are displayed in the home page, and you can the top Bhuvan 2D, 3D, Open Data Archive, Climate and Environment, Thematic Services, Disaster Services, Ocean Services, Create Your Map, and so on. These are the components. You can say these are the sub-information system for different purposes. The first important component comes as a 2D, under which you will be getting two-dimensional view of the satellite data and maps. It also offers you to do the basic drawing and then download this drawing as a SAFE file, that is your GIS data. And further you can also create your own account here, and then you can submit your queries. You can also submit your comments on the data, and also you can geotag any ground information directly in this portal by simply right-click operation. We'll have a detailed demonstration on that. The 3D, Bhuvan 3D, is basically, if you see here, it focused on 3D visualization of the satellite data and maps with the help of digital elevation model, that is called DEM. And here you have to remember that this particular portal focused on only the all data available in Bhuvan belongs to India. Some part of the other countries, like some neighboring countries, or sometimes some data for demonstration purpose also is available for foreign nations. But in general, our objective is to address the requirement of our own country, that is India. And some data we are also offering under ISRO Disaster Management Support Program under the International Charter. So there also some country specific data sets are available that I will be demonstrating you tomorrow. And then Open Data Archive is a component of Bhuvan where you can download the satellite data up to 23 meter spatial resolution free of cost for your own GIS project or for your research studies also. So we'll have detailed demonstration tomorrow or maybe today also. Climate and environment, here how the space technology can be used for climate and environmental studies. So various byproduct from the OCM satellite, various product from other remote sensing satellites and the ground studies are available here. Thematic services is one of the very popular product which makes Bhuvan as a geoportal available in internet where you can see various thematic data that is basically on like land use land cover. You have data on the watershed, you have data on the water bodies, you have data on the flood, you have data on the vegetation and wasteland data sets and so on. Here you have to remember ISRO is having one unique program that is called ISRO NR Census project, Natural Resource Census we called it. Here we are mapping 7 important themes using satellite data sets on 1:50,000 scale, and this data we are updating every 5 years for 1:50,000 scale and every year for 1:50,000. Some of the data like geomorphology, lineament and all we have planned to update every 15 years. So these data sets, basically you can say temporal data sets are available here. Most of the time these thematic maps are available as an information service so that you can access in the website, and also you can access the same data into your own GIS environment using the web service concept what we are trying to learn in this course. So when I'm saying the web service means it will be basically available as a GIS layer using the simple URL that will be demonstrating. Here the most of the time our right now as per the map policy the data set is available as WMS, which is basically for the visualization purpose with basic query operations, and some of the thematic data is also available as a WFS, but these data sets basically are for the authorized users only. If you have taken the permission or authorization from this, then this data set you can get as a WFS also. For this purpose you have to write to NRSC. Otherwise, as a general public, the data set as WMS is available to everyone. So anybody can use this data as for the visualization purpose, and also the same can be overlaid on your own data set. The Bhuvan also offer you here to overlay your own boundaries and vectors in the simple browser environment. You can simply upload it and then you can do your GIS operation. So we'll have a detailed demonstration on this also. And the disaster service is another important component of Bhuvan Job, which is based on ISRO Disaster Management Support Program, where basically we are addressing 6 natural disasters where the space technology can be used for effective management or planning or other activity of disaster management. So here the basically 6 natural disasters we are addressing. These includes flood, cyclone, earthquake and drought, forest fire. So basically the data sets you can get here, and these information we are publishing immediately after any disaster. So it is basically a permanent program. We are not executing this program on ad hoc basis. So whenever any such disasters are reported in this country, so immediately we'll be providing information through this component. Ocean services is completely on the scientific studies based services. Here you can get some local and global data set related to OCM satellite, and these data sets basically, if you talk about the global data sets, these are completely freely available, so you can download, and the local data sets are based on the data policy and the cost of the product. You can also buy this. Another important component of Bhuvan is Great Maps or GIS. It's a quite interesting product actually. So what you can do here without having any GIS software in your local computer or without having any data, you can directly create GIS map in the form of the vector data in this platform, and also you can download it as a save file in your local computer. So here what it will do, it will give you or it will offer you the satellite imagery free of cost as a background image, and then you can also use the complete tools whatever available here for mapping purpose, like you can create the line, polygon and so on. And it has a beautiful data structure inbuilt within this map utility or tool, where the data structure for many or many basic themes are available, so that you can directly use it and download it. So you can also design sometimes your own data structures and you can do the mapping activity. So down this particular box, you can also see one scrolling window. This is a very recent development. What we are trying to do here, we are trying to address the actual requirement of different user department and ministries in this country, how effectively they can use the space technology for their day-to-day activity. So this we are calling as a governance or G-governance board, basically G-governance dashboard. Through this, various important program of government of India are highlighted. How this technology, basically the remote sensing, earth observation, GIS and all, you can use for your planning activities. So here many case studies you will be seeing. In addition to the case studies, also you'll be getting some data sets. So we'll have then some specific applications like agriculture, forestry, e-governance, water, tourism and so on will be available. And down the this bottom line, you can see the yellow color as a background here. Digital application like you can search the data through catalog. I was talking about the catalog services during my last lecture session. Data discoveries possible here through the metadata. You have some products. You have some international disaster charter. Based on this one component is available. You can download the RSAT data. You can download the optical data from here for the disaster specific thing, and then so on. So there are many such case studies available. Right side of this portal, you will see here the state specific geoportals are also available. Like if you belongs to Andhra Pradesh, you belongs to Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, UP, Uttarakhand, any. So here for all the state in this country, this state specific geoportal also is available and accessible through this particular components. And of course, if you are user of Bhuvan geoportal, this particular window where the updates are available are very important. You can also subscribe for that, giving your user email ID, and here again download facility for different mobile apps and so on are available. So basically it looks like a platform. Here you can host your data, you can host your applications, and also you can consume the different web services and so on. So as far the data quality is concerned, in the Bhuvan geoportal, right from your 56 meter to 1 meter space resolution data is available, and we are trying to develop it as a indigenous platform for India, where the data from Indian satellites, data from Indian users will be available for citizen of this country. If you see here right now, we have 56 meter spatial resolution data from the IF sensor. In fact, 90% of globe is covered for this. It's a global product. For India, we have the temporal data for AWIFs right from 2004 onward. So you can get the temporal data sets from AWIF sensor around 50 meter spatial resolution. Then 23 meter from list 3 data. So every 5 years we are updating this data. So again, it's a temporal. On 23 meter, entire India is covered here. 2.5 meter is from our Cartosat. Again here, the data for entire country, basically very accurate data, ortho-corrected data with respect to your local referencing points. For entire country, 2.5 meter data is available. And now the 1 meter data also is available for almost 70 to 80% of the part of the country. And we focus initially on the major towns, cities. Now we are trying to fill entire country with 1 meter data. You can also understand here the difference between the resolutions. So here, if you are when you are seeing the 1 meter data, you can nicely see the aircraft in airports. You can count the basically sometime vehicle moving in the roads, and also a nice features are visible here. And 2.5 meters data is available. In fact, you can very nicely you can differentiate between the different land use. You can also differentiate between different land features available here, like a road network, canal, and the fields also, agriculture field and forest and so on. You can do it. So up to the 10,000 scale mapping, people are using these data sets. Then we have the data on list 3 and this list 4 or 6 meter also that you can apply. You can also digit the basically data product we call as a data store, Bhuvan store, in where you can have a list of products what you can from this website with their special resolutions, their availability that is basically on the time period. You can also see the coverage, which are part of the country it is covering, and how many tiles are available. For example, if you are taking the Cartosat 1 DEM, that is a digital elevation model. So it says the resolution is 1 arc seconds. Data availability is 2006 and 8. Since it's a DEM, temporal part doesn't matter here. So coverage, it says that entire India coverage is available. The size of each tile is 1 degree by 1 degree. If you want cover the entire country, then around 375 tiles will be coming, and for each tile around 8 to 11 MB data size you may require. So these are the data store. So this list is quite big list. So you can visit this website, and here with the scale for the thematic data. Earlier I was showing you the resolution here. So 1 is to 50,000 scale, 1 is to 250,000 scale, 1 is to 10,000 scale, and so on. It is shown. So as per the high resolution satellite data is concerned, here you can get the list of the cities for which the satellite data is available in a 1 meter special resolutions. So this slide is a little old. Here the number of cities are more than 400 or 500. In fact, wherever data is available, we are immediately publishing. So it shows the quality of data. Here the maps are in the 2.5D city model. Around actually we have done one project called National Urban Information System, or NUIS. Under this project, the city map 1 is to 10,000 scale for 152 towns are created, and these data sets are now available as a 2.5D data sets. Basically maps are there, but with height information or a height feeling, or you can visualize. And this portal also offers you to do the 3D building models. You can create like here it is displayed to you. So these utilities are also available. Then as per the understanding of the maps concerns, we have here the country to city level maps. So hierarchical available. So basically from the National Urban Information System 152 town, what I was mentioning here, this data set we have loaded. You can see these are the locations of these towns, and then you can zoom. When you are closing to this, you will be getting this kind of a very nice data set, that is 1 meter data for that particular town. So this is the visualization of the data. So when you are coming to thematic data, the data sets from 1 is to 50,000 scale to 10,000 scale are available here. And when I'm saying the data that belongs to entire country, so it's not for the pilot basis or not specific to any state, because we are focusing on the national projects. So now if you see the list as per the NR census project is concerned, around 7 themes are identified, and every year on 1:250,000 scale on the land use land cover map, where our basic objective is to net zone area basically related to agriculture production we are talking here. So right from 2004 onward, so data sets are available. You can visualize, you can do the query operations. In fact, this data is available for download also. If you are interested to get this data, you can post a query, and then the FTP link will be given to you. You can choose your area of interest, and then you can download the data. Then other data set other than land use covers, like if you see the on 50,000 scale 2004 to 2014, around 10-year data sets from land use is available. On 50,000 2005-6, then 2010-11, 2 cycle we have completed. Told you every 5 year we are updating this data. The wasteland data sets 2008 and 9 onward we are publishing. Geomorphology and lineament data sets is also available. First cycle is complete. Flood annual layers on hazard, basically idea here, 2 kind of flood data sets will be available. One is basically immediately after the flood disaster, so inundation layer will be creating, and then the village information, census, land use information will link and will publish here. But in addition to that, every 10 years, based on the 10-year history, we'll be creating the flood frequency map, and then we'll identify the flood hazard zones. So here we are focusing on the flood-prone state in this country right now for Assam, Bihar, Odisha, and UP. The data sets are available as a hazard map. That is basically flood hazard map. So as per the NUIS data is concerned on 1:10,000 scale, right now 152 towns we have covered, but we have planned to cover the few more towns and 400 towns under the Amrut project. And then these data sets also readily you can get and you can visualize and also post the query on that. So basically, if you see this particular website, this is basically called service-oriented architectures, where Bhuvan will be available as a platforms. So most of the GIS activities, either mapping activity, data creation, data management, data analysis, and the processing of the data. So in future we have planned to make it as a platform. Today also it's available as a platform, basically on the data hosting and visualization of the data. But in future, the more the processing, modeling, and the analysis may be available here. So you can see here the target is completely user-centric applications. So user can define what user wants. I'll be showing you what we mean by user-centric. And the service-oriented architecture basically implemented for the satellite imagery. Base map, basically base map we have taken from the survey. We are not the mapping agency for this purpose. So whatever topo sheets basically on the infrastructure and base layer is available from Survey of India. We have the license for single user license for the publishing in internet. So this particular data we cannot make available for any user to download because it belongs to Survey of India. So for the visualization purpose, yes, we are using, and our users can use this data for visualization purpose. Thematic maps again are available as a WMS and WFS both, but yes, WFS is restricted right now. Based on the authorization, it is made available. Maybe in futures, if it is in public domains, more user can use this. So terrain data that is from digital elevation model is also available as a WMS and as well as for download, because it's it's a Kato Dam data sets, 1 arc-second accuracy, and this data you can directly download from the Bhuvan Geo portal. So I'll be showing you how to download tomorrow positively. Now this is architecture. If somebody is from the computer science background and understand here little bit technical, here you see here the database store, basically DB store. We are completely using the relational database management system, basically for the vector and attribute data, and the file servers we are using for the raster data, like for satellite imagery. And this data we are preparing the background, and as a service cloud it is configured in the NRC Hyderabad, and we are publishing this data as a service. When I'm saying the service, this part, if you see the yellow box, or maybe orange box, sorry. So here the technology of the map server in collaboration with the tile cache. So when we are publishing raster data, we are using the map server, and then one product called tile cache is integrated with map server, and it is creating the tiles for the better performance of this data at the user, and then it is published the WMTS to the users. As for the vector is concerned, this is for GeoServer and GeoWebCache. These two products are integrated together, and for the vector data visualization as a WMTS, these two products are being used. And the theme specific apps are developed. For example, what I was telling about the G-governance dashboard. For example, it is a agriculture ministry, then agriculture apps will be developed and will be made available to these users. And the other side, when user is basically visualizing this data through the browsers, user will have some feeling of the simple website kind of thing, but same time you can also upload your own data sets in the browser itself. Otherwise, you can consume all these services. More than 2000 layers are available in public domain as a web service. I think more than 2000 web services for GIS. In India, it will be unique platforms. You can consume it. And as for data download facility is concerned, for any physical data transfer from server to clients, so basically we'll be using HTTP and FTP both the architectures. So when data size is less than 2 GB, then we'll go for HTTP platform. When data size is more than 2 GB, then we'll go for the FTP platform. So again, little more when I'm saying the user-centric applications, this will be quite interesting area. When I'm saying the user-centric application, maybe I have the last session on this particular concept called mess-up architectures. So here user can define you can define their own application, and then you can develop your application at your end. And here Bhuvan is giving data in some way, like you have to come to a website, you have to visit and so on. So what you can do here, you can consume these services, and then you can develop your own applications. So this is advantage of the Bhuvan these service oriented architectures. Here either it's a WMS or WMTS. Basically difference will be when you are using tile services, you will have the better performance at the client end, and WMS you may require to create your own tiles at your end. So by using WMS, you can directly create the local cache of the entire Bhuvan data set in your own server. Of course, for this purpose, you require a good space in your computer. So local caching of this WMS is quite possible here. And these are the user data sets. You can maintain your own RDBMS, you can maintain your own file server, or you can maintain whatever you want. And easily you can integrate here at your end itself. In fact, your user, suppose you are hosting one WebGIS applications or web service, by combining with Bhuvan, you can publish it directly to your users. In fact, your user also will be able to customize this application as per their requirements. So this way, this particular component will grow. And the next interesting part is the census data up to the village level we have integrated. So up to village level, you can visualize, you can overlay the village boundaries, you can overlay the satellite data and other themes. The cadastral level maps are also being overlaid here whenever it is available. So this is basically very interesting for the visualization as the information service. So non-GIS usually can come to the website and do all their planning related activity in Bhuvan portal itself. Because if you are not a GIS user, sometime it will be a little difficult for you to maintain your own GIS software, your own GIS data, and so on. So what we are trying to give for the non-GIS users completely a platform to do their activity. But for the GIS user, but those are very much aware of the data concept, and they are very much aware how to work with the remote sensing in GIS. So we have the facility called data download service. It's NRC Open EU Data Archive service, under which the almost up to 23 meter complete data sets are available free of cost. You can download, And here, if you take the example, kind of data you are going to get from this component is like Cartosat 1 digital elevation model, like 1 arc second. If you compare in the meter, around 30 meter posting DM from India, and different versions. First, you have to understand what are these versions. Idea is here, if we are publishing a DM, this please remember here, this is based on a software which is creating automatically this DM for the users. If there is any error reported by the users, immediately we'll correct our software, also correct the data. So we'll be uploading the version 2. So similarly, version 2, version 3, version 4, and so on. The concept is similar to SRTM, where today you have this version around 4. So this way the data will be keep on improving. So whenever you are downloading the Cartosat DAM and you are reporting some error on the data or feeling some errors, immediately you report to the NRSC. They'll be correcting this data and then uploading back to the their website, and then other user will get the corrected data. So other data sets, OceanSat 2, OCM DBI, vegetation tracks, albedo, and 1 kilometers resolution is available. Tropical cyclone heat potential, ocean heat contents. You have the some other nicest daily products like depth of 26 degree isotherms, tropical cyclone heat potential. In addition to that, as per the optical sensor is concerned, you have the ResourceSat 1 ABIS ortho rectified data on 56 meter, and you have the ResourceSat 1 list 3 ortho rectified data in 23.5 meter spatial resolution. Now maybe ResourceSat 2 data also is available here. IMS-1, this is you may be knowing as an experimental satellite. It was available as a hyperspectral imager for 500, which you can download. Water fractions and Dolly North Indian OSCAT base wind stress, wind vector data also is available. A very simple tool. You can simply register and then download this data through the HTTP protocol simply by clicking on the hyperlink provided within your log. So as per the applications are concerned, we have some specific domains like agriculture, e-governance, event-based like for the disaster also, forestry, irrigation, tourism, and so on. This list is growing like anything. Every week or every month, the new application is being built and being published portal. So it's not limited list. It's very detailed list is available there for the different themes. If you come to the city level planning, you can have a very quick idea when basically you are developing a GIS for the municipality. We call it the municipal GIS. For some of the cities and town, it is available for demonstration purpose. If some other cities are coming forward with their data sets, it can be easily integrated with that. So you can see here the vector data visualization with the legend and all is available. You can also link any ground photograph and then you can visualize. Here in the municipal GIS, basically for the Ludhiana or whatever is displayed here, so their property taxation data set is linked here. You can choose your zone, block, and ward up to the ward level is available. So then it will be displayed with the detailed information. When it comes to the tourism related things, for Amritsar city and some more cities are available, Badami and all, where you can choose for any amenities in the city or any tourist place, and it will give you the detailed information about the place with the photograph and other details like how to reach there. So like you can get here the top destination hotels and stay, food hubs, tourist spot, heritage, and so on. And the same information will be available in the mobile also. So recently, around last week, Bhuvan has published their basically pocket their Bhuvan Geo portal in any mobile device, either it's based on Android or Symbian or maybe Windows or maybe some other operating system. Directly you can access it in your browsers. So all the facility will be available there. So in the urban information system, data on 10,000 scale is there already. I discussed about. You can nicely see what is these data sets. They are legends. A particular city you can choose and you can zoom it, and also you can visualize the growth of a particular city. maybe you can say last 10 year or maybe 20 year, how the city is growing. So different time period data sets are available for visualization, and you can identify the pockets where there is a growth or there is a development in the city directly. It's a very nice, interesting tools, not for entire India, but some of the major metro cities like Bangalore and all, and these data sets are available. When you are accessing data 1:10,000 scale, so this will be the platform for you. You can, okay, tomorrow we'll have the demonstration on that. In this platform, what you can do, you can basically choose a theme, and then you can choose a state, and also you can choose the town to display, and immediately data will loaded there. In the disaster management service, as I told you, we are addressing the cyclone, drought, earthquake, flood, forest fire, and the landslide. All these natural disasters, basically the event-based data sets will be. So, for example, if it is a flood, so based on the alert from the IMD on the rainfall, if there is alert for any heavy rainfall in the any part of the country, and if it is and comes under the flood-prone state or district, so immediately we'll program our satellite to acquire the data for that region, and also we'll activate the international charter so that if any other satellite is available or visible in that region for that particular date or time, so that we can take directly images of that region, either in the optical or microwave, whatever it is available. So immediately we'll be analyzing this data, and will some part for visualization purpose will be publishing here, but all the detailed reporting of particular disaster will be publishing under a portal called National Emergency Management System, National Database for Emergency Management System, NDEM. This is a basically portal developed for the a government purpose in a very ISRO DMSP network we have set up. So only the authorized users will access it. It's a closed user group environment. So immediately this data will be made available to up to the district magistrate or district collector level, so that they can take the appropriate action on the particular disaster. And also this data will be giving to the Ministry of Home Affairs for the purpose of NDRF, for the NDMA and other authorities purpose. So for the general public, this will be platform from our side. Not only the visualization of data, you can also download the mobile apps for this purpose, so that you can also contribute in the reporting of disaster, or also can participate in damage assessment activities. I will try to give you the full demonstration on this particular component also. So Bhuvan state portals, this is another important component in the website, where you can see you can upload the data of a respective state, and then you can analyze as per your requirements. This is basically Bhuvan mapper. The crowdsourcing means basically a participatory approach, where the general public or sometimes your users will participate in your right from data creation to data authorization, validation to data analysis activities. So now this particular term is being is emerged as a very interesting component in the web platform. Here the two important platforms are being used. One is a web-based platform, second is a mobile-based platform. When you are using the web-based platform, so simple web browser will help you sourcing. So typical example, you can see the Wikipedia, where the contents of Wikipedia is created by public, and sometimes these contents validated by public. So nowadays the Wikipedia is becoming one of the important source of information in internet. If you need any information, you are going to Wikipedia, but nobody knows who is the author of this Wikipedia. In general, the author information is available as a metadata, but most of the time we are finding that the data is correct, information is correct. So in this way, same way, if you use the participatory approach in GIS also, so people are using the concept called crowdsourcing. So when people are using the mobile platforms for crowdsourcing, so they demonstrated the concept of crowdsourcing in India for many projects. One of the important study I am displaying here called as the map the neighborhood in Uttarakhand. This project we have completed immediately after the Uttarakhand disaster in 2013. Maybe you must be aware of it. In 2013, there was a severe disaster in Kedarnath regions due to the flash flood. A lot of damage to property, human life was there. And after the immediately this disaster, we have taken the task to do the damage assessment of the disaster affected area. So what we did here, we developed a Bhuvan mobile app, and then we basically called the local students and teachers. We feel that they could be our good ambassador because they belongs to that particular local area. And we have given training to these people and also give the mobile app and ask them to go there and start collecting your data sets. Start reporting the damage with around 8 categories we made it, like damage to infrastructure, damage to road, and damage to land, agriculture and forest, and so on. So basically we created around 8 categories in mobile apps itself, and the students are basically undergraduate students or postgraduate students, and so quite successful. Initially we also had some doubts either they will be reporting data or not. In fact, you can say this was not completely crowdsourcing, it was a controlled crowdsourcing. So here the user or the crowd was properly trained at least for 2 to 3 days at how to collect the data, how to identify the feature, how to detect the damage. So we got very good response from the students. Actively they participate, and within 2 month time period, around 20,000 damage point for this hilly region. It was not accessible at all. Not reach there, you cannot collect the ground data, and they have reported. And finally, directly this data was coming to our Bhuvan portals, and same time we also have the high resolution data on 1 meter from our cartosets. We did the damage assessment. Also, we try to understand the cause of damages and try to link the other data sets with this ground truth data sets, and also say scientists and submitted to government. So it was quite interesting project where the crowd has really participated in the data collection process, and also they validate it. Like one team is collecting data and second team is validating it. So there are many such projects Bhuvan has completed. In the portal you can see outcomes. Basically ISRO has completed and published in Bhuvan. So you can see a number of points collected on a respective locations. Here if you take the example of this big circle, it says around 1,858 points for this location is available. When you are clicking this particular point, you will be getting the ground truth photograph and also attribute. There are many more such applications available in Bhuvan, like for the agriculture, for pest and disease surveillances. These data sets for entire country, Ministry of Agriculture is using. And the high resolution data already I talked about it. So these are the some collaborators like different user department ministries in the country, and they are participating, and also they are publishing these data here. So this is very quick about the Bhuvan Geo portal. Here again I am displaying the site of this particular portal, like in nrsc.gov.in and also bhuvan.nrsc.gov.in. So that's all from my side as per the portal is concerned, or introduction to Bhuvan is concerned. Now I will switch to the actual website, and